Hello friends, in continuation to the previous session, we are going to discuss about loops, and now I will discuss about some special statements which are used in Python loops. One is the break statement. It jumps out of the closest enclosing loop, means whenever break statement is encountered, it activates so that the program comes out of the loop, while loop or for loop. It executes next statement after the loop block. Another statement is continue. Continue is used to go to the header of the loop, means it jumps to the top of the closest enclosing loop, means it goes where the condition is rechecked for continuation of the loop. I will explain it later. Pass is just a actually it is an empty statement, a placeholder. It does nothing. It is used whenever we require one statement anyhow, but it doesn't do anything. Now we come to use the statements. Suppose I use this while test. Now you see, if this condition is true, if test1 is true, then statements under the block of while loop are executed. There are 3 lines. One is the statements, and there may be many statements. Another, you see here, this is a test. If test2, then colon, then I use here break. It means after executing these statements, program goes to test this if test, means it tests whether test2 is true or false. If this is true, then this break statement will be activated. It means we come out of this while loop and we go next statement after that, this else. Actually, when we encounter break, then else will not be activated. We come out of this whole loop here, whole loop, the next statement after this while else block. And if this condition test2 is not true, it is false, then this break statement will not be executed. Program will go to the next here, if test3, it will evaluate test3 expression, and if test3 is true, then continue will be executed. Continue actually takes program to this header here, means we go to test whether this expression test1 is true or not. So continue statement, if executed, takes us to the header of the while loop here and retest this condition test1, and if this is true, we execute whole block of this while statement. So this is the logic. Main thing is that we use break like this. If test2 colon, then break statement. This break statement may also be written here in the next line with some indentation, but in Python, if we want to write a compound statement in a single line, we can write like here, if test2 colon, then I can use one statement here in the same line. It is permitted. Likewise, I can also write here, if test3 colon continue. I have written here in a single line, but this continue may be written in the next line after some indentation because it is a compound statements. Break and continue statements are optional. It may be used only when required. Otherwise, we can neglect these two statements. Break statement, when used, we come out of this while loop. The immediate while loop, if there are nested while loops, this while loop may also be nested inside another while loop. In that case, if this break statement is executed, we come out of this immediate while loop, not the outer while loop. Please keep this in mind. And this continue statement, if true, it will be true when test 3 will be true. Then this continue statement will take the program to retest this condition of the while loop. And if we anytime encounter this break statement, if test 2 is true, means break will be executed, then this else block will not be executed. Means either break will be executed or this else will be executed. Suppose we run this while loop again and again, and this break statement is never encountered, means this test 2 condition is never true. It means this else, after the completion of loop, this else statement will be executed. And if any time this break statement is encountered, then we come out of the while loop, even this else will not be executed. This is the rules behind while loop and in case of for loop also. We use a pass statement here. This is just a placeholder, it does nothing. Suppose I like here write while true colon pass. Actually this is a compound statement because I use here colon. I may write also this pass below this first line, below the while after some indentation. But if I write in a single line, then I can write like here also after colon, just write pass. It will do nothing. Another thing is that this is true, means while condition is always true. So this is an infinite loop. It will not stop. Actually, our memory may be full. So normally this is not used. If it is required to use an infinite loop, then in the body of the loop, we put some condition so that if that condition satisfied, we come out of the loop. Otherwise, if no condition is satisfied, then this loop will run indefinitely, because this true will always be true. Let us see a program. We print even numbers between 0 and 10. X is equal to 10 initially, while x. Now x is 10 and 10 is true. Any number is true, positive or negative. Now x is here decreased by 1. X is equal to x minus 1. Now x becomes 9. Then we come to this if statement. This while loop has a body of these 3 lines. You see, these are indented. If this condition is met, then the value of x is 9 and this is tested. If 9% 2, 9% 2 means 9 is divided by 2, remainder is 1. Then here comes 1, x% 2 means 1, 1 and this is not equal to, 1 not equal to 0 is true. It means this condition is true. Then after colon is continue, means continue statement will be executed. We will go to the here top of the while loop. We retest this condition. Now x is 9. This is true. It means this while loop body will again be executed. And the first statement is x is equal to x minus 1 means now x becomes 9 minus 1 means 8. We again encounter this if statement. Now this 8% 2, if we divide 8 by 2, results remainder is 0, means 0 not is equal to 0. This is false. False means this continue will not be executed, because the if clause of this continue is false. Then this continue will not be executed, and program will go here. It will print, first it will print 8 number, and the end is equal to this one single space, means after printing 8 it will print 1 space. Now it will again go to this x. Now x is 8 now, and this body will be executed again. Again it will become 8 minus 1 7, and this again this will be evaluated x percent to 7% to, means 1 is remainder, that is not equal to 0 is true. 1 is not equal to 0 is true. It means continue will be executed. Program will go to again here x. Likewise, we see that whenever this x is odd, this will encounter here continue statement, and whenever this x is even, this becomes 0, and this continue will not be executed, and the x will be printed like this. And when this x, since it is reducing 10, 9, 8, 7, when it becomes 0, in that case, while 0 means 0 is treated as false, means while loop test condition becomes false, and we automatically come out of this while loop. While loop boundary is this one, this shaded portion. Now we come here, print a blank line. Just if we don't provide any string in the print statement, means just a single new line is printed, means cursor goes to the new line. Output is like this. Here I can test it on Jupyter also. You see here, this is the same program in Jupyter, and if I run this here, this is the output, printing the even numbers. Now I will show the use of break statement. Here we see while true. This is an infinite loop because the condition of while will always be true. So we have to put some condition to go out of the loop. Here we have put this condition. If name is equal to stop, then break, means we come out of the loop. Now the first statement is executed anyway, because while true is always true. In the first statement, we take input from the keyboard using the input function. Suppose I write some name and press the enter key. Then that name will be here. The name value will be that string. Now program will go here. If name is equal to stop, means name will be evaluated, and it will check whether this is equal to stop string. If I entered from the keyboard stop string, then this will be true. If this is true, then after colon I use break here. using compound statement but in a single line I can use here. Then break will be executed and we go out of the loop. Then if we go out of the loop, this statement will not be executed altogether. Suppose I didn't enter stop. Suppose I enter some name Sunil. Then his name will be Sunil, and here name is equal to stop will result into false because name is Sunil, so that not will be equal. This expression will be false. False means this break statement will not be executed and program will go to the next line here. It will take again input from the keyboard and message will be enter age. Whatever I enter here, this will be assigned to age, and again this print statement will be executed. It will print like age of the constant string, then after comma there is name, whatever I entered from the keyboard. Now this string where is equal to and greater than sign, again after one space, this age will be, since I have taken from the keyboard, initially it will be in a string format. Now I typecast it to integer. Then after executing this line, program will go again here true. It is always true. Then again this will be executed, whole thing. So this program runs like this. Whenever I don't enter from keyboard stop string, this program will run every time, and age of and the name and age will be printed. Whenever I enter from keyboard stop, then this break statement will be encountered and we come out of the loop. I may try this. I have saved this whole program in a single file and trying to run this program here. Python, then file name. So it is asking to enter name, the first statement. Suppose I write Sohan. It asks for age, means break statement is not executed because I didn't enter stop. It asks for age. Suppose I write here 23. Then it prints like age of Sohan is equal to 23. Now again it goes to the top of while loop and again prompts me to enter name. Suppose I entered here Pradeep and entered age 34. Again the print is name and age are printed. It may continue indefinitely. To exit the loop I have to type stop. Suppose I type here stop. Then I come out of the loop and thanks message is printed here. The next line I have not written here in the file, but in the file is there but not here. Coming out of the loop means coming from the whole body here of the while loop. Now I am using a slice of the string to demonstrate how slicing works with the while loop. Suppose I initialize x with a string kind. As I have already discussed, string kind means a sequence of characters k, I and d. So it is iterable. I can extract each character one by one by indexing also. K is at index 0, I is at index 1, N is at index 2, likewise. While loop starts here, while x. Now X is an string and that is not blank, means it is true. Any string that is not empty string is treated as true. Only empty string is treated as false. Now X is kind means this is true. Now if while condition is true, we execute its body that contains two statements here will be executed. First is print X end is equal to this single space, and this is string having only space character, one character. It means kind will be printed here. Output is shown here, kind. This will be printed. Again, X is equal to X, then square bracket 1 colon, then nothing. It means in the slicing there is a single colon here. It means before colon is 1, means we start from the item at first index, at index 1. At index 1 there is I character. Then after colon there is nothing, means take all the characters after index 1, means start from I and take N and D also. It means that value I and D is assigned to this new X. New X will be I and D. Again, program goes here at the header of while loop, and this X becomes I and D. I and D is also true. It is not blank. Then body will be executed, means print X. Then I and D will be printed here. Like you see here, I and D is printed. And again, I use X is equal to X, then this slicing. Again, it will take the start from the character at index 1. At this I and D, you see I is at 0 index and N is at 1 index. It means start from N and take all, because after colon there is nothing. So start N and take D also. So this new X will be this ND, and program will go here. ND string is also true, means this print X, means ND will be printed here, like here ND is printed. And again it will extract from the string. Now in the string ND, N is at 0 index and D is at 1 index. It means here it tells start from 1 index. So at 1 index there is D and take all after that. So nothing is after that D, means only D will be taken, and that D will come here and will be assigned to this X. Now program will go here and X contains D. It is not empty, means it is true. Again this will be here printed, X, D will be printed. Here it is printed D, and program goes here, it extracts next item, start from 1 index. So this string D has only single element at 0 index. There is nothing at 1 index. So this is empty. X becomes empty string, and this empty string means false. So while loop test condition become false, we come out of this while loop here. So net output is like kind, I and D, ND, and at last D are printed whenever I run this program. You see here program is here, and first I remove this, clear the output of the cell and go to the cell, click here and run the cell. See whatever entered. Here kind is kind, I and D are printed. So this works like this. I use the next program here. Here it is to find a number whether this is prime or not. In this case, I use a logic to find any number. Since I divide any number by 2 and then divide that number but by all numbers below their half. Like see, in the first statement I take here input from the keyboard. Input, I called input function, and this message enter a number. Whatever is entered from keyboard in the string format, I convert this in an int format by using typecast int in the function. That is assigned to y. Suppose I entered any number. Suppose I entered 25. So y becomes 25. Now I here initialize a variable x that is equal to y and // 2, means this is a floor division, means I divide 25 by 2, that becomes 12.5, and we take only the highest integer, means I take only 12. Floor value of 12.5 becomes 12. The highest integer is 12. So x becomes 12 here. Now I enter the while loop here. First is test x greater than 1. Now since this is x is 6, x is this here 12, though, so 12 is greater than 1 is true. Now I enter the body of the while loop. Body of the while loop is this one. You see here, if y%x, y is 25 and x is 12. So I divide 25 by 12 here. It is not equal to 0. Because if it is 0, suppose if it had been 24 here y and x 12, means 24% 10 means remainder will be 0, then this will be true. 24 divided by 12 means remainder 0, 0 is equal to 0, true. Then this statement will be executed. Y has a factor of x, means this 24 has factor this 12, means it divided by 12, and this break statement will be encountered, means if any time y is divided by this x, if this is true, then statements of this if test are executed. There are two statements. First one is print and another one is break. Break means we come out of this while loop. Means if any time we encounter an even number for which this y%x is equal to 0, then a message will be printed, this message, and we come out of the loop. Suppose I take here, since 25 is not a prime number, it is divisible. If I had taken here 17 in place of y, then 17% 2 means 8 will be 8, and this first it will test 8 greater than 1. Now it will divide 17 by 8. Then this condition will not be true. It will not result into 0. Means this body will not be executed, this body of the else class. Then it will go here, x minus is equal to 1, means it will reduce the value of x, means it will reduce 8 to 7. And again we go to the top of this while loop. 7 is greater than 1 is true, then we test this if condition. Divide 7 by divide this 17 by 7. Earlier we divided by 8, now we divide 17 by this 7. It will again not be equal to 0, then this will not be executed. Again this statement will be executed, which is under the body of the while loop, means 7 will be reduced to 6. Again program will go here at the header of while loop. 6 is greater than true. Again this will be executed. 17 divided by 6 is not equal to 0, means this remainder not equal to 0, means this will be false. Break will not encounter. Again this will be reduced to 5. We see in this program that if this never happens, means that number is the remainder never becomes 0, means if it is not divided by 2 any time, by 2 or by 4, by any number, since it is reduced always. If it never becomes 0, means y is not divided by x, then we always reduce this x and always test. And if x becomes 1, suppose after continuous reduction, if x becomes 1, then 1 greater than 1 is false, because 1 is equal to 1, not greater than. So 1 greater than 1 is false, means we come out of the while loop. If that is a prime number, then we never encounter this break statement. We never encounter this break statement means we execute this else block, means y is prime, means if y is 17, then we print here 17 is prime. We have to keep this in mind, this while and the indentation of while and this else is at the same level, and this if statement is under the body of while loop from here to here, whole block, this if block. Likewise this program runs. I can test it here right now. You can suppose I enter 24. Just it has encountered break statement. It has been divided by 12 and 24 as a factor 12 is entered. Again, if I run that program and enter any prime number like 17, see 17 is prime is printed, and break statement has never been executed. So this program runs like this. Again, I am using a infinite loop, and similar to the earlier program, I am using this here, reply is digit function here. I am using this if, else, if, elif, and else block whole here. You see how it works. Actually, this program is to print square of a number. Again and again until I enter stop here. First condition is true, because true is always true. This is an infinite loop. First statement in the while loop body is this one. I take value from the keyboard, and that input string is stored in the reply. I use this if statement, if reply is equal to stop. If that is I have entered from keyboard stop string, then this break will encounter and we just come out of this while loop. If I have not entered stop, then this will result into false. Then this break will not be executed. It will come to here, elif statement. In the elif, I check not reply dot is digit. You check, you see here, reply is a string and its function is digit. It checks that whether that reply string contains digit or not, numbers or not. It contains alphabets or numbers. If reply string contains numbers only, means digit only, then reply dot is digit results into true. Then this whole expression, not this one, not true, becomes false. Again, we can check here, if reply dot is digit is true, then not true is false, means elif block, this statement will not be executed. And suppose I entered something string having characters, not digits, then reply dot is digit will result into false. Then here reply dot is digit will be false and not false. Not false means true. Then elif will evaluate true, and then its statement print bad 4 times will be executed. Bad, 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 bad will be printed. Means if I entered from keyboard character, not numbers, then this will be printed. Bad will be printed 4 times using this repetition operator star. And again we go to the this to test the header of this while loop. Again it will take some string from the keyboard and assign to reply. Again reply will be checked whether stop. If it is stop, then loop will be break, we come out of the loop. Otherwise it will again check whether the reply string is digit or not. Suppose it is digit, then reply dot is digit will be true. Not true means false, means this bad will not be printed. So again it will go here and check. Likewise, whenever I take input from the keyboard and type stop, then this evaluate to 2 and break will be executed, we come out of the loop. Whenever break will be executed, we come out of the loop, means we come out of this whole while loop body, and goodbye will be printed. This is the program, and I can show the running of the program here. Positive number, stop negative. Suppose I entered here. I entered yes. You see here bad, bad, bad will be printed because I didn't enter a number. Now suppose I printed some here 56. You see this is printed here. This will print here. Reply will be converted to int here. 36 will be converted to int. Then this is power operator. Means it will print the square of this value. 36 is square. And here again if we see here, if reply not stop and elif is also not true, means bad is not printed, then at last this elf statement executes and the square of the number is printed. That square of that number will be printed again and again until I enter this stop. We will make to come out of the loop, or I enter this character. If any time enter character not number, then this bad will be printed. Otherwise, if this both conditions are false, if and elif, then at last this else will be executed and square of the number will be printed like you see here. Again, if I enter 43, you see square of the 43 is printed. Now if I type star and press enter, you see goodbye. Now I come out of the loop here. You see here break will be executed if reply is equal to stop. Break means come out of the loop. Then it will not ask me to enter any other value. This is the use of entering using the while loop. Again, before coming to the for loop, one program more I like to show you. Here I am using try and accept class. I will cover exception handling in my later lectures. Now I show you a program using exception, just some like sample here. Again, this is infinite loop, while true, this is always true. I take input from the keyboard by printing message, enter a number to be squared. Again, the same program to square a number. And if I entered here stop, then reply is equal to stop will be true and we will come out of the loop. This break statement will be executed. Suppose I didn't enter this stop, then this reply is equal to stop will be false and break statement will not be encountered. Program will go to the next statement. You keep in mind this, all these statements, you try all these statements are within the while loop, because these are at the same indentation level after 4 spaces. Only this one last statement, print thank you, is out of this loop. Suppose I entered something else, not a stop, something in, so I encountered this try class, try, then column, then after indentation means after 4 blank spaces, I write here num is equal to, I convert reply string taken from the keyboard into an integer using the int function. Suppose I entered 24, then this 24 string will be converted to 24 number and num will be assigned to here 24. It may be case that I didn't enter 24. Suppose I entered from the keyboard am. Now this statement int reply will try to convert this string am into an integer format. That is not possible because am is a character string that cannot be converted into integer. So problem will encounter error here. In that case, to handle that error so that program doesn't hang up, I have covered this statement by a try, this try and this except statements. If problem is encountered, means here if string entered from the keyboard doesn't contain only digits and cannot be converted to integer, error will be raised here and this will be catched by the except block here. Using the except then colon, then I use here statement print bad 4 times. Then it means if I entered something undesirable, not number, then this the error will be come here and this bad will be printed. And if that is a number, suppose I entered here 24, it means string with characters 2, 4 is converted into a number 24, num will become 24 and exception will not be raised here. Then this except block will not be executed, bad will not be printed. Program will execute this else statement. Else means print num means 24 squared is then num then power operator 2 num means 24 to the power 2 means square of 24 is printed here. Keep in mind that this try, except and else, these are a single compound statement. This except is this try, except and this else are part of the same try block here. And try block, this whole block is a part of this while loop because whole block is indented. It means if there is no problem here in the try statement, then except will not be executed and else will be executed. We print the square of the number and again will program go to test this true. True is always true, then it will take another number from the keyboard, and if I didn't type stop, then this will also result into false. The break will not be executed. Again we enter the try block and this number will be converted integer, and if it is an integer then again this else will be printed. So anytime this will be executed and again until I type stop from the keyboard. And whenever I type something that may not be converted into integer, then this bad exception will be raised and this except block will be executed, means bad will be printed, and it will ask us to go here at the header. True is always true, take another number. So this is the program, and I can run this program on the command line here. Yes, suppose I typed 4. It prints 4 squared is 16. Suppose I type here 5. It prints 5 squared is 25. Suppose I type here YES. Yes, this is not a number, so exception will be raised and except clause will be executed. Suppose it prints bad. Now again if I type here 7, then you see 7 squared is 49, again it printed. If I want to stop that loop, then I just type here stop and the reply will be stop and thank you is printed. We come out of the loop here. You see here, out of the loop means out of this whole while loop means from here to here that are indented, and I come here print thank you. So this is how while loop runs. I had shown the use of continuous and break statements and else statement also within a loop. And the next time I will talk about for loop. For loop is similar. Okay, Thank you.